Hi everybody. So here I am at 7 o'clock, as promised. Um, I don't. So I'm gonna just sit here and wait until somebody joins the room. Have a little water. I was able to get a couple of quick bites of the dinner that we ordered before I started this. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. And let's see. Oh, yeah, why not? I'll sit here. Let me see if I could do a reading for Trump. Oh, wow. I'm sitting here waiting for people to join the room. Because this will record. This will record. And you can always look at it later. What do I want to know about that person? What deck would I really want to use for this child? Oh, hey. Hi, Milton. You over here? Are you coming to visit me over here in YouTube? Um, all right. His birthday is in June. June 16th. Okay, so June 16th would make him Gemini, right? Yeah, well, yeah. I already I already knew that actually. The Gemini. Okay. Each of the uh, Inner Child Fairy Tale Tarot cards, um, they're regular tarot, but the illustrations and the characters are based on children's fairy tales and characters from childhood stories like Dorothy and Toto and Peter Pan. So anyway, certain energies point to certain zodiac signs, according to the authors. And the authors of the Inner Child card is Isha Lerner and Mark Lerner. Okay? And I got this a long time ago, but I just started using it sometimes. So they're fairy tale tarot, right? And they're really big, as opposed to regular oracle cards. Okay? And regular tarot cards, which are actually this big. Now, that's a big difference, right? This fits in your hand very easily, where this not so much, okay? So anyway, what I did, and they're purposely made that way because they are inner child cards, and the author said that they were actually made for children, and at the same time for adults to make them feel the awkwardness of childhood, when everything was too big for your hands. So to give the adult client or the adult querent, whoever's shuffling and using those cards, just a little reminiscent of that uncomfortability of things that are too big for you, not being big enough to get into certain things or to handle certain things. So I thought that was interesting and cute. So anyway, Gemini has been assigned to a particular one of these fairy tale characters, and I think it is Hansel and Gretel. Let me look. Page, okay. Alright, let's see. Gemini, yeah, okay. So Hansel and Gretel is Gemini. So this would be what that Gemini would be number 6. And it'll be Hansel and Gretel. So I'll look for that card. Beautiful illustrations on these cards. I'll show you as soon as I find. Oh, here they are. Hansel and Gretel. All right. So Hansel and Gretel signify Gemini. So let's go with that for a second. So we're gonna let that be the significant card, the signifying card for our subject today, Donald J. Trump. So let's see if there's anything of what we know so far of the dear leader that would fit into. I'm doing this because I'm looking at the time and seeing if anybody's joined, and no one has joined yet. That's okay. We keep the camera rolling. All right. If it gets to be too long, then I'll just do it, and you'll see it when I upload it. That's why I wanted to use YouTube, because I had done something on Facebook months ago, and I haven't been able to find it. So what I did is I posted it on Facebook just now that I was going to do this at 7. But I don't know that everybody can find me. And I don't know if I can make a link. Okay, I can share it. Let's do that. I can share it to Facebook. Shay, go smart. Okay, so let's see. All right. So now people who are on Facebook. Oh no, I want to keep that. Okay, so can I post? There I am still. Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know what happened then. I guess I'll see it when I watch this later. I don't know if you had a black screen or what you saw. That's in this, in my galaxy. You never know. So anyway, let's get back to this. So what I did just now is I invited people on Facebook, on my page and a couple of pages that I belong to. So we'll see. Okay, so our subject, DJT. This is a Gemini, and this would signify him. So Hansel and Gretel are the symbol of Gemini in this tarot. In traditional tarot, this card has always been depicted as the lovers. Okay. It conveys the need for trust and loyalty in committed relationships. All right. So on a higher level, it symbolizes the balance between physical and spiritual love. All right. I'm going to look through here as wait to see if anybody else would join me. Let's see, Hansel and Gretel would be the lover's card in the regular tarot. Let's see here. So you can see the difference in the artwork, the quality of the cards themselves, actually, the size difference of the cards. Come on, the lovers. Okay. Yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You know they're shuffled. I just shuffle these things sometimes for no reason, just while I'm sitting there. It's like a comfort. Every now and then something will jump out that'll make sense about the thing I'm having on my mind. Okay, so I found the lover's card. All right, so. All right, in the story of Hansel and Gretel, the father lives with his wife. He's a woodcutter. He lives with his wife and the two children. And she's not their mother. She's a stepmother. And that's a whole nother uh, video and discussion. All right, so this is the normal lover's card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And this is Hansel and Gretel. Okay, again, both Gemini. Okay, they're both Gemini. So, let me leave this here to reinforce the Gemini-ness. All right. In order to survive, because they don't have a lot of food, the stepmother convinces the father to take the children out to the woods and leave them there. Okay. And they were left to fend for themselves. And they ran into the witch. The witch had a gingerbread house, and since they hadn't eaten in days, and they are children, they started nibbling away at the house. And when they did that, the witch came out. She caught them, held them captive. She was going to eat Hansel, and she was using Gretel as a house servant, as a maid. Her eyesight wasn't all that good, this witch, and instead of she would okay, I'm trying to remember the story because I got off of the book, but I figured if I keep reading it, that's like plagiarism, and I don't feel like having no problems. So so the story was, yeah, okay, so Hansel was in the cage, and the witch didn't have really good eyesight, so she would go and test his fingers to see if he was fattening up, because she was feeding him really, really well so that he would be, plumped up like, like a turkey, I guess, would. And they were handing her a chicken bone every time. Hansel would hand the chicken bone out of the cage and fool her into thinking that he wasn't gaining any weight. Meantime, he was eating away. And she got a little tired of that after a while. She figured out what they were going to do, so she went to what they were doing. So the witch went ahead and she told Gretel to light a fire in the oven, because she was going to put Hansel in there, and they were going to have roast Hansel for dinner, or at least she was. And Gretel did as she was told, and when the witch came, she was upset because she didn't think that Gretel had done it correctly. And so she opened up the oven and she stuck her head in to look, and Gretel took the opportunity to toss her into the fire, and therefore saving herself and her brother. Okay, so that's the story of Hansel and Gretel, right? So Hansel is a symbol of the wind, the spirit, and male energy. Gretel signifies the soul, nurturing, and the female energy. Together, hand in hand, their rapport indicates a preliminary form of the divine marriage. These two children inspire each other, and they rely on each other because they have lost the love of their parents. Spirit said that was part of what's wrong with our subject here. He felt the loss of his parents, not because they died. He felt the loss of them a long time ago. Like he grew up feeling the loss of parents, even though his parents lived to be a ripe old age and they were with him. His parents were always around. There's a pavilion for senior citizens in Queens that attached to the Queens General Hospital, I believe it is. It's named after his mother. I think it's the Mary Trump Pavilion. I guess that's where he stuck her when she got old. It's a nursing home, but I don't know. But it's in Queens, right by the Van Wyck Expressway. Yeah, anything to put their name on anything. But he built. Maybe he paid for it or had it. Who knows? Anyway, so his mother was always around, and his father was. He was raised with his father. So I guess what they're saying about feeling the loss of parents, it doesn't have to be the loss of the love of the parent. Somewhere it got twisted in his head, and that's why he has no empathy. He detached himself from the part of a human being that attaches itself to something, like parents or children. But I don't think that I don't think the trauma, maybe the trauma was going away to boarding school, but he was already a problem before that. That's why he had to go to boarding school, because all the rest of his brothers and sisters, they went to school, they came home every night and went to regular private schools, but they weren't sent away. And he was not even the baby. He was, I think, next to the baby, so it wasn't that either. No. So, it seems to me that something happened, or maybe there was some kind of imbalance along the way somewhere that he came in here with. Just the way his chemical system is. Some people are just, that chemical imbalances. It's not their fault, it just is. But that coupled with the trauma of being sent away to boarding school when you're 9, I think they said. He was very young. Military school, and staying there all the way through high school, that may have helped to create the problem that we're facing now with his behavior and his inability to assume the role of Commander-in-Chief of the United States. I mean, he's been placed in that role, but if he was auditioning for a job, he would have been tossed out in day one. Please, people get dismissed from jobs for less than the things that he's done. Stealing pencils, you lose your job. This dude, emollients clause, all of that. Anyway, stop. Okay, so what am I going to do for this person? We'll see what the cards have to say, and we'll go with that. So what I think I should do, what kind of reading do I want to subject my tarot cards to for him? Okay. All right. We'll do a love bite, since he's lacking love in his life so much since he was a little kid. Let's see what we can drum up for him. Maybe that'll tell us something about what happened to him. I don't want to be here with that all night, but if that's what this does, that's what it does. But I'm going to do the unboxing, and it'll just be part of the playlist on my channels. Okay? So, if you are watching this, please share and subscribe. Tell your friends. We have a lot of fun here, getting our messages through to the crew. Okay, I do monthly readings, each zodiac sign, and I do a love bite for each zodiac sign. The love bites are shorter and they are directly about love relationships. The other are general readings, and it goes however way the spirit says it should go. All right, and all of the videos are up. I've only been doing this I've only been doing it on YouTube since August. So you can view those videos and see if you like the style. Trying to make them a little shorter because people's attention spans and my equipment, shortage of space and time. Like I said, I'm new to all of this. I'm learning as I go along. I am not in any way savvy. So, all right, so let me do a love bite for Donald J. Trump. I don't normally do it like that. I don't normally do that. All right, I'll do those three. I usually shuffle them till they fall out or jump out at me, okay? But if that's how I did it, then that must have been the reason those cards wanted to be in it. So we'll see how that goes. All righty. Okay. So we got this and this. Okay. So those cards would be his cards. And then the next 5 cards would be who he's interested in, who he's in love with, what is concerning him right now about his love life. You know, we'll see. So those are 5 cards. These cards come from the Romance Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. All right, and I use these a lot for some, clarifications or just additional messages after the initial reading, even if I'm using the Tarot of the Orisha deck that I normally use. So I've found out, I found a way to work these cards into the readings because people seem to enjoy them. And, give the people what they want. Why not? We're here to, try to see how we can make everybody's life good, right? In whatever phase or stage of life you're in. Oh my goodness, all of this. Too much business on the screen. Oh man, okay. I'll use my big head to cover up my babies. All right, so. Okay. So I put them down. When they come out like that, I pretty much determine how they would have fallen in the order. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling that I get. So this was first, and this was second. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 10 cards. All right, let's see what's going on with Donald J. Trump, Gemini, using the Romance Angel Oracle cards. First card, wedding. All right, this situation involves a marriage. Okay, it could be a partnership. I'm getting that it could be a partnership. Okay. It could be marriage. Well, he's already married. All right, maybe this is about him. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is about Melania. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Oh, he really does love her? Whoa, very nice. Okay, lucky you. Oh, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. But that was in the reverse. And that's because he don't go to church. He don't believe in God. He just was fronting for the cameras. Please. He grew up going to L. Ron Hubbard. You know. It was either L. Ron Hubbard or the other person, How to Make Friends and Influence People. I know the name, but I can't recall it right now. That's where he grew up. That's the church that he grew up in. Norman Vincent Peale. Norman Vincent Peale, maybe. Oh, I think that might be it. Retreat. Oh, it's time to disconnect from the world. Okay, so you ready to go on another vacation? Going away for another weekend? Retreat? Could be that. Okay, so you want to go on a honeymoon? Upside down trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, but it was in the upside down. It was reverse. So, he doesn't trust her. He doesn't trust her. He wants to get away. He truly loves her. But he doesn't trust her. He wants to get away. Or maybe he wants to go away somewhere with her. I guess he wants some kind of privacy, maybe? Okay, so these cards here would be either the person that he's interested in, which would hopefully, we're talking about his wife, or if not, breaking news, right? So it's either going to be about the romance, how she feels about him, or something else that could be impacting the love life, or further clarifies what's going on with him. Okay? So, children. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Next card. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. But that was in the reverse. And right, to me, this may be talking about being detached. Being detached. Feeling like he's alone, or she feels alone. Like they're separate lives. That's what I got. Next card. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types and expectations. But this was in the reverse. So this is how it would look in the upright. And this is how it would be in the reverse. Okay. So keep an open mind. Your soulmate. Maybe there is some mistrust. Maybe. And maybe this is her. She didn't expect this to happen. Okay, she didn't expect this situation. She did not expect to be having to act like she's the First Lady of the United States of America. So she's trying to keep an open mind. She's trying to adjust to it. So this is not what she signed up for. not part of the prenup. Because could you imagine if they had a prenup that said that she would be able to get out of this like this year, but because he did this, she's pressured to staying with him 3 or 4 more years than she normally would have? I just got that. Okay. Okay. So that's what she had in her mind. They must have some kind of clause in the prenup after you've been married a certain amount of time. And their little boy just turned 11. So that means they've been married maybe 11 years or 10. Yeah, so maybe you have one of those clauses like if you could stick it out to the end of the 10th year, you get a certain amount of money and then you can bounce, right? Knowing him was probably $1 million like he gave to silly ass Marla. Anyway, maybe not. Maybe not. No. He no. He just did that to Marla because he could. She allowed it. Anyway, but this one here, no, she's gonna get a couple more dollars more than that. Not as much as Ivana, but it doesn't matter because what is the price of freedom, right? But I think she wanted to wait to a certain point that is in that agreement between them. I need to turn this TV off because I'm thinking that this entire video will end up being in the background, and this is my girlfriend's video. I have it casting to my television set, so I need to find a way to stop that. Okay, give me one moment. I'm just going to turn the TV off altogether. Okay. All right. Sorry, folks. Here I am back. So, all right. Sorry. All right. Okay, so she stayed with him only this long because of their son. Or she resents his children being around all the time, too. The other ones. They're a lot. They're around a lot more now than they were before. Well, ever since the campaign started, they've been around a lot more than she was used to. Because even if they work in the building, she doesn't go down there. She doesn't interact with them like that. She kind of keeps to herself normally. You know, she's not a very sociable person in general, I don't think. I don't think it's that they don't like her or anything like that. She's just a quiet person. I get the impression. She did not want to be part of this, and she hadn't planned on being here anyway. She had fulfilled her prenup obligation, and I think she was ready to at least separate, if not divorce from him. But this is the part of the control thing that he does. He would go this big. It's like killing a lot of birds with one stone for him. It's controlling her. Because he felt she was getting restless and she was getting too independent. And yes, her product line That whole thing about her product line being ruined now. She couldn't make the money that she expected to make as First Lady because of rumors or something that had gone on. That was him putting her up to that. In a way, not that he put her up to it, but he orchestrated that entire thing. However way it went down. However way it went down, he orchestrated it, and he orchestrated it so well that it would affect her. Like I said, it's like he's playing Stratego or something, like, he just looking for a bomb, something to bomb. You know, if one domino goes and takes 3 or 4 down with it, better. He's a child. Anyway, next card. Oh, still upside down. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Oh, no. She's not trying to go nowhere with him or no retreat, nowhere. And honestly, this card in the reverse came up directly under his card, retreat. And she's not trying to go nowhere with him. She don't want to be alone with him, not one bit. Not one bit. That's funny. Okay, next card. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, but it's in the reverse. This would be how it would look. All right. Now these are oracle cards. These are not tarot cards. These are oracle cards, but messages come still the same. And you can go by the message that's written on the card itself, or you can also refer to the guidebook for more information on what the author's intention was to begin with, or you just get it intuitively from the card itself. Depends on how you get your messages. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, but it was in the reverse. No. She would like some time apart. But she can't get it. He doesn't trust her. That was his card up top. And this card here, separation, in the reverse is on her tier, right? So he doesn't trust her when she's away from him. He doesn't trust her when she's not around, when they're separate. I guess like when she was staying in New York for the rest of the school year for their little boy. Yeah, he didn't like that at all. Somebody was feeding him those headlines to get him going. Yeah, so he's suspicious. As he should be, not because of any reason, just because anybody that would be married to him would be trying to get out. Ugh. Anyway. That ain't enough money. So these are the conscious spirit oracle cards. All right. So this is another type of oracle card. All right. They're little bigger, lengthwise, I guess, the height, right? They have a different backing. These are the back of the romance angels. This is the back of the conscious spirit. Okay. All right. So all the colors of karma, the auras, all of that is depicted in the artwork, which is the same on the back of each of these cards. These cards are not gilded. All right. They're not gilded like the romance oracle cards are gilded with the gold around, makes them a sturdier card. So this doesn't have that, but it is still a sturdy card. It's very well made and beautiful illustrations. Water elemental. Okay, so these are based on nature and chakra Okay, we have the third eye chakra here. That's actually the card that's on the box. And these are by Kim Dreyer, Dreyer. Release. I mean, some of these cards are just so pretty. Not some, all. Crown chakra. Just breathtaking. And like I said, even the back. And these cards, these Conscious Spirit cards, I originally ordered them, and I thought that they would go well with the Orisha deck, and actually they do. But they seem to go well with the Romance Angel Oracle deck too. So at this point, for our love story with DJT and Melly Mel, he's suspicious. He doesn't want her away from him, and she would like to be away from him. She did not sign up for this. And he's in love. He's in, whatever love means in his dictionary. But whatever love means in his dictionary, that's what he feels for her. And has nothing to do with religious or anything. He's not trying to let her go. Well, she is a trophy. She is a trophy. So maybe she had to sign up for another 4 to 8 years. Maybe they gave her more money to stay a little longer. Maybe that's what happened. That's what I would do. If I weren't happy and I wasn't trying to stay with his idiot behind and he got me into this mess, I would not. I would. Oh yeah, he'd have to pay me to stay another minute. And every time he did some foolishness, they'd have to add a couple more zeros to it. Embarrassing me like that. Oh my God. But everybody's terrified of him. I really, really, really would love to find out or to see, what it is that he does. How much of a raven maniac is he that he scares these people, these grown ass people with money and educations? What is it? Why is he so intimidating? And please, get the Congressional Black Caucus and get the female Congress people and senators, put him in a room with them. I bet you that ass will calm down once and for all. Sisters are not going to take that bullshit. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Put him in a room with nothing to throw, nothing to break, and all the sisters in the CBC. I bet you his ass will come out straightened out permanently. Those are the generals you need on his ass. Ugh. Anyway. All right. So, we're going to get 5 cards from the Conscious Spirit deck and see what else we see. Archangel Gabriel. I invite Archangel Gabriel to bring hope and intuition into my life. She's trying to look for a way out. Or he's trying to look for a way out of this entire situation. Because it's affecting his marriage and his children. he's hoping to do something outrageous enough to get them to take him out of the office so that he can cry victim and keep his fans and followers. Earth Elemental. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. This is some deep-rooted stuff that is going on in his head. This has been going on. This is just part of his DNA. This is just part of who he is. Everything is a con. Everything has a double meaning or underlying something that no one is in on. He's the only one in on everything. And he's controlling everything. The good news and the bad news. Okay, next. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. But this is in the reverse. He's not trying to grow. He's not trying to learn nothing. He wants to find a way to get out of the situation. He does not want to learn or adapt to the job. He has everything he needs, and all of this is extra. All this money is just for being greedy, taking. The abundance that the earth is bestowing. In this case, the Federal Treasury of the United States of America. He's glad to take it. Glad to take it. But in return for that, he is not trying to learn anything or adapt in any way. He's not open to it. The next card. Sun Goddess. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. This talks about new beginnings, bright future, but it was in the reverse. Okay. Still good, but not that good. He's not excited about this. He is not impressed with this presidential business. Any of the trappings of the office, any of that. It's a bother. He didn't have to work like this in private business. He hired who he wanted. He fired who he wanted. He came and he came and went. People came and went as he wanted. There was no one questioning anything about anything that he did. He's tired of having to lie about everything. That's a lot of work. More than he's used to. He never had to answer to anybody for anything. He'd say anything and nobody was, challenging him. And that's why he hates the press. The next card we got here was Archangel Michael. Okay, Archangel Michael is a road opener, the pathway, opportunities. All right, protection. But it's in the reverse. So he's running into some blockage. He definitely is running into some blockage. He feels trapped. He feels trapped and out of sorts. both of his, he's got two of his guardian angel cards in reverse. Gabriel and Michael. Even they're giving up on him. No, Gabriel's still with him. He's hoping for Gabriel. Raphael and Michael. They're giving up on him. Just joking. Angels don't give up on people. So, all right. All right, so let's see now. Normally, at this point, I would use the Until Today deck by Ian Levan Zant and see if there were any further information about this situation. So, right, I'm getting here that he is not a happy camper in his current position. This is a lot of work for him. His wife is not happy either, and she is not trying to, he wants to take her alone somewhere. He wants to be alone with her, and she's not interested. She didn't sign up for this. This became a rider to their prenup when he got the candidacy. When he decided to become a candidate, she got her lawyers on that because she was supposed to skip out around this time. The little boy just turned 11. Yeah, I think when he turned 10 or 11, it was getting close to time for her to be able to get out with a substantial amount of money. And he knew that was coming up, and so he kind of sabotaged her by running for president anyhow. And then, so now she's stuck. She's not going to divorce him and embarrass him in any way. And part of the time that she was in Manhattan, there was additional agreements and contracts to follow up on that. Did I intend to post the Oracle post? Yeah, I was just waiting for somebody to join the room. Hello? You're my first guest, and I've been here over an hour. Almost an hour. So I'm going to finish up this reading that I decided to do on Trump. I forgive myself for believing I'm not worthy of love. Until today, you may have been denying love to yourself. Just for today, allow yourself to accept all that is good and loving in your life. Okay, I think because the angels are always positive, that they're telling him that he needs to try to do this job. That he needs to stop being afraid to even try to do this job. He's afraid because he knows he's not capable. He thinks he's not capable of it, and he's right. But he's not even trying to give it a try. He never wanted to become president, per se. He really wanted to give Hillary a hard time, as he was instructed. And it backfired on him and Melly Mel here. So, the angels are trying to tell him to do it. Buckle down and do it. You know? And, okay, it's also saying that if he hadn't been a person who so much wants to be adored and loved, the narcissism is what got you into this trouble. That's what this card is saying. I forgive myself for believing that I'm not worthy of love. Because as much as the narcissist tries to act like everything is about them and, they're very selfish, whatever, that really is because they don't really think a lot of themselves at all. And he is at the pinnacle of that. A little sociopath sprinkled in. And this problem that he's caused for himself and his wife and the world is based on his lack of self-esteem that he was forced by his father to man up, always very stern about showing emotions, very, very rough on his brother, very rough. And Donald saw that. Very rough. Oh, oh. A lot of roughness to the other brothers from the father. Pressure on the boys. So Donald stayed. He did what he saw his father wanted done. They had already sent him away. And he was already feeling like the odd man out. But he found a way to fit in because his brothers couldn't fulfill his father's needs, standards. So the problem that he was having with his self-esteem when they sent him away, when he came back, he found that if he fit the mold that his father wanted of him, then he would be accepted by him. And he already saw how disappointed the father was in the bigger brother. The bigger brother didn't want to do the things the father wanted them to do. That wasn't his niche. That wasn't his plate. He didn't like that kind of work. He didn't want to be a landlord. He didn't want to deal with real estate. It wasn't his thing. His father was very, 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 very rough on him because of that. And he crushed him. It's the same kind of energy that he has is like what the father has, volatile at times. And so this Donald, he ramps ramped it up to another level, far worse than the father was more often and more vicious because he already was dealing with a chemical imbalance from the start. And so all of the things that for most people would have been like a little twist became a revolution, like turned it up. So whatever the behavior was that was negative, he didn't just take a bit of it, he turned it up and around. And that's because of that's the way it affected this 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 chemical imbalance affected him like this, but it's something he was born with. It's just some people are born with it, and he just happened to land in this particular. His little spirit landed in this particular family, this particular people, and this is what it created. And it's as much of a narcissist as it is. His narcissism is based on the fact that he doesn't think he's worthy of love because that's not even what his parents wanted. His father wasn't looking for his love. He wasn't looking for his worship. He was looking for results. It's like, what can you bring to this table? It's like, how do you prove that you're a man? A man has to provide for his family. His father said, I've been doing this since I was a young man, a young kid. Nobody taught me this. I've taught you everything I know. I'm giving you all the tools that you need. And you don't want it? He's not talking to Donald. He's talking to the other son. Called him. He said he was ungrateful. And he was a failure. And he wasn't a man. The whole idea is to make money. That's what the job is for. That's what the work is for. And I've given you I've given you the blueprints on how to be a success, and you are not taking. You're throwing it back at me. You want to do something else. To be a pilot, maybe something. Whatever it is not real estate. And Fred is not letting up on him. It's like he rides him about this. And so Donald has tuned into this interaction. Fred is like a lot older, maybe like a teenager maybe. And Donald is smaller. But he sees the father and his brother, their interaction, and he interprets it that the way to get his father to love him is to produce results. Is to produce results in real estate, in this field. There is no alternative. There is no choice. This is the family business, and this is the business that I'm giving you, and you need to let me see that you're worth it, that you deserve me to pass down this legacy that my father died for and my mother sweated for, and I learned it, and I'm turning it over to you. You're ungrateful. You don't want it. You're not a man anyway. Mm-hmm. And so the impressions that Donald got watching these dynamics going on in his household with his father and his siblings, his brother, the result was what we see now. Overdoing it, trying to impress Pop. Mm-hmm. I say, I'm a star with a good supporting cast. I am a star with a good supporting cast. Come on now. Y'all saw that. I didn't do that. That just came out. Until now, you may have been waiting for a producer to discover you and cast you in a role that would make you a star. Just for this today, decide whether the script you're acting out now serves you or is doing you a disservice. I think they're telling Don, if he's not going to do the job that you wanted, then you need to just step off. That is amazing. Wow. Look at Spirit. Okay, anyway. If you see him, tell him. He is free to go. The romance angels and the conscious spirits will have no problem with him stepping off. No bad feelings. You're good to go. So if you see him, tell him what the spirit said. Do. All right. So this has been over an hour. Thank you, my two viewers here, patiently sitting and waiting. And I'll just have to post this and everybody will see it when they see it. But I am going to do what I said to do, because that's what Spirit told me to do today. So we're going to unbox these cards and see what we see. And maybe somebody will pop in and they'll get that reading at that time too. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Slipping. Try to keep these things neat. All right, so as I said, I have these postcards from Spirit Oracle deck made by Colette Baron Reed. Okay. Came from Amazon. And they're still in the saran wrap they were delivered in. Okay, so just going to open up the box and see what the quality of the cards are. I've never seen them in real life before. As I said before, they came in the mail. I didn't even remember ordering them, and I got 2 sets. And not even my record at Amazon says that I ordered 2. I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of a promotion. All right, Postcards from the Spirit by Colette Baron Reed. 52 card oracle deck. $19.99. All right, imagine traveling to a sacred place where you can receive communication from your loved ones who have been passed on, or your ancestors, your spirit guides, or even your guardian angels. What if they knew what you need to know about every aspect of your life's journey? Colette Baron Reed has created this original and unique oracle system to open a portal to the other side. Through a compassionate and sometimes playful chorus of voices, you'll feel as if you're receiving a postcard from another dimension, just for you, a message with practical advice and profound meaning. Ask a question, and a postcard from the spirit will show up with just the right answer. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm just feeling so lonely right now. I think I'm going to go and do this part on Facebook Live and see if I can get that up to YouTube later. It's worth a try, right? So I'm going to finish this now and meet everybody over there. And if I can post the next part to the channel, then that's what I'll do. Okay. See you in a minute.